What's going on, YouTube? Today I want to talk to you guys and explain why I waste so much money on Snap-on tools. You guys come take a look, might change your mind.
This old man in the country that I know, no money in what he used to grow. No, he don't care what people think. When a farmer turns into a hippie, times are hard in Mississippi.
All right, guys, a lot of people ask me a lot of times in the comments, and they say, why do you waste so much money on Snap-on tools? Why do you blow all this money on Snap-on tools? Blah, blah, blah. Well, quite frankly, I'm going to do a video and explain why I waste money on Snap-on tools. First of all, I appreciate the quality that Snap-on puts in their tools. For example, my favorite ratchet, the lock and flex head. This one's a FHX80A. It is one of my favorite ratchets. Would any ratchet do as good as a Snap-on? Absolutely. But since I own it, I prefer to use it. It's my favorite ratchet. I like the quality of it. I like the lock on it, and as to my knowledge, Snap-on's the only one that makes this style lock. I don't like the lock up here. I explained that in my Snap-on ratchet video. I prefer it to be down here. Now, if you can't see it, it's easy to get to. I like the switching mechanism from forward and reverse on a Snap-on better than I do any other ratchet. My personal preference. I like the comfort grip. That's my personal preference. So that's one of the reasons why I buy Snap-on tools. I feel that it's a very high quality. Of course, it's at a premium price, but it kind of goes back to the thing, you kind of get what you pay for. But I do like the Snap-on quality. The second reason why I prefer Snap-on over any other tool company, as you guys that's been watching me for a while, you know the deal with Matco and the issues that we had, and we couldn't get a ratchet warranted. Snap-on, you know, I had a ratchet needed to be warranted one time. In fact, it was this ratchet. If you notice, this is a brand new ratchet. I got on the truck, I handed it to my dealer. Hamilton looked at it. He didn't have the kit. Instead of making me wait on a kit, he handed me a brand new ratchet. That spoke, I mean, that was very impressive to me, because he could have made me wait and ordered a kit for it so he could have rebuilt the ratchet. Of course, it was under warranty because it's a lifetime warranty, but he didn't. He handed me a brand new ratchet. And you know, that really proved to me that Snap-on stands behind what they sell. Of course, I bought an AC machine and I had a little issues with it leaking. I bought it last year, kind of mid-spring, early summer. They come out and tried to fix it, and the company they sent didn't have a sniffer, so he couldn't fix it. So we kind of pushed along, went through the summer with it like it was, and the spring, you know, I was talking to Hamilton and it was still, you know, leaking a little bit, so they sent the same company back out here, and of course, they couldn't find it again because they still didn't have a sniffer. So Hamilton says, no big deal. I got you a brand new machine ordered. Don't worry about it. I'll take care of it. So that spoke, once again, super high volume that Snap-on stands behind. They sell, you know, what they sell, and I appreciate that. You know, we all work hard for our money, to earn money, and we depend on tools to make our living, and you know, I appreciate that Snap-on really steps up to the plate on that kind of stuff. But I got a few things I want to show you guys in like this flat pick radiator hose set. This is probably, well, it is by far my favorite hose, radiator hose set that I've ever used. You know, I've used a couple of different brands from, you know, OTC or whatever, and by far this flat tip, you know, it don't puncture the hose. As far as I know, Snap-on's the only one that offers that, and it's a, you know, it's a great tool. You know, this part number is SGA1713B. It comes in a 2-piece set, and it's an amazing tool. You know, a lot of people say, well, you can buy the same tool cheaper somewhere else. And you're right, you can. You know, it just depends on your preference. I prefer the Snap-on Instinct Grip handle. I really like the way it fits my hand. I like the feel of it. I own a couple of sets of these screwdrivers. Could I go to a Sears and buy a Craftsman set cheaper? I can, but if something happens to it when my guy shows up, no big deal. I hand it to him and I get it replaced. And that speaks volumes to me because I don't have to waste my time driving to a store, waiting in line, getting it exchanged, and then hoping they have it on the shelf when I need it. You know, even my impact sockets, this here's a Snap-on 19mm 1/2-inch drive. As you can tell, it's been used quite a bit. I've warranted a few of these and never had an issue with Hamilton. You know, would a Craftsman socket do just as well? It would, but you know, then again, I gotta drive 37 miles to a Sears store, wait in line, hope they got a 19 on the shelf, you know, an individual piece, and then turn around and drive 37 miles back. And that takes time away from, you know, my business or my family time or my off time when I'm not working here. You know, the same way with the chrome sockets. Yeah, you know, a Craftsman socket may do just as fine. You know, this is a 12-point elusive 10mm. It's always coming up missing, 3/8 drive. You know, something happens to this, Hamilton comes up here, I hand it to him and get another one. I'm on the way back in business in no time, you know. Would any other brand do this as well? It probably would, you know, but the convenience factor is worth the difference in price for me. Just like on a torque wrench, you know, this is the Snap-on 3/8 split beam style torque wrench. I could have went to Napa and bought a Carlisle, or I could have went and, you know, bought a Precision Instrument or whatever. But, you know, I'm not one to get out and go look and shop and this and that. You know, the convenience factor, he pulled up here, he had it on his truck. That's what I wanted, so I was able to purchase it. If something goes wrong, I can hand it back to him, you know, in the story. You know, I like that factor that he can come to my shop, we can do business, and, you know, me and Hamilton's become good friends because of Snap-on tools, you know, and if he quit selling Snap-on tomorrow, me and him would still be good friends, you know. Pry bars, you know, I've got a set of Wilds. The Snap-on is any better? I don't know. I've never broken a pry bar, but he had them on the truck. It's what I wanted, what I like. I like the handle, I like the way they felt, so I purchased them. You know, they offer a lot of things that, you know, are kind of more of a specialty niche or whatever. You know, their scanners, for instance, this is the ProLink Ultra. It's a fantastic scanner. Granted, it was a very expensive piece of equipment, but, you know, I had some issues with it. I picked up the phone and I called Hamilton, and Snap-on sent a rep down here from New York to look at the scanner, and we went through some issues with software. They fixed it, they updated it. I mean, that's pretty impressive. You know, I don't know that I could probably have bought that at Napa, and I doubt, you know, whoever makes their Napa scanners would have stood behind it, you know, like Snap-on did. So, you know, I've been well pleased with the way they stand behind their products. Just like this light here, there's a lot of magnetic rechargeable lights on the market. In fact, one of my favorite rechargeable lights is not a Snap-on light at all. It's an OEM light. And in my opinion, it's one of the best lights on the market available for sale today. The battery life is amazing, but it's a longer light. It don't get into places that I need sometimes, but you're not gonna beat a brighter light or one that's gonna hold a charge any longer than this light. This is by far one of the best magnetic work lights that they make today, in my opinion. With that being said, this light right here from Snap-on, the part number is ECPRA072. I believe this is one of the best all-around work lights. Now, the battery life's not the greatest in the world, but I like the fact that I can turn it on with a push of a switch. I can adjust it however I want to. It's got a magnetic base, and I can also dim it and have whatever light that I choose that I need at that point to make my battery life longer. It's got a great magnet on it. I like the size of it. To me, this is an excellent choice if you're looking for a magnetic work light that's small and you kind of need more of a spotlight type thing, and Snap-on's probably one of the best in the game at this today. You know, another thing, they make some great hammers. There's a lot of company that makes some awesome hammers. I've got some Wilton Bash hammers that I love. I believe that they're one of the better hammer companies out there, but you know, Snap-on, they got it right when they made this hammer. In my opinion, they've got one of the best dead blow ball peen hammers on the market. I like the fact that it don't have a whole lot of vibration feedback on it. It's just an all-around good hammer. All right, just like these cutters here, you know, there's a lot of companies that make a longer style cutter, and there may be some better than Snap-on that I'm not aware of. But like I say, he had them on the truck. It's what I was looking for when he showed up that day, and he had them there for me to purchase. The part number on this is 312CF. If you notice, that's a long way from the hinge to the end of that handle, and they don't bend and they don't have any give to them. And to me, that speaks of a high quality tool, and it's worth the difference in price. So to me, it was justifiable to purchase them off of Snap-on. But anyway, for all you guys that think that I waste money and purchasing Snap-on tools over other brands, I'm sorry that I offend you. I'm sorry that it bothers you to watch me spend my money on Snap-on tools. It is justifiable to me. I definitely believe it's not a wasted money. You know, I believe that they offer products that, you know, other tool companies don't have. I know Knipex makes a version of the PWZ pliers, you know, but I don't know about the warranty on them. To me, these are one of the best things that Snap-on's got to offer. This is the PWZ2. I like the length of it. I believe it's, you know, the perfect size, sort of pipe wrench, if you will, for what I use or what I need, and I like it. But back to what I was saying, I'm sorry that it offends some of you guys that I spend or waste money on Snap-on tools. To me, they're an investment. They're an investment in my job. They're an investment in the business that I'm in to keep my trucks going and to keep making money on that side, you know, and that's just how I feel about it. So anyway, if you guys feel like you've wasted money on Snap-on tools, be sure to let me know in the comments, because I'm going to say there's probably been more people that's bought Snap-on tools that are proud of their investments versus people that bought Snap-on tools and feel like they got ripped off. But anyway, that's what I got today, guys. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you do, be sure to hit that thumbs up, subscribe down here below, and we will catch you guys next time. Y'all have a great one.